Ignore everything I just said.
Ignore me. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games.
And
board gamey things.
Exactly. I'm going to lower my chair because I felt like I was really tall.
You have a tendency to have the chair high so that you're taller than me.
I like to sit up tall. We are here today, my friends, to do a little video about GenCon. Right, Jeffrey? Because we're going to GenCon. Albeit, we are both working the whole time. But that doesn't mean that we are not excited for a bunch of games that are going to be there.
Listen, we both know we'll be buying games.
We gotta be buying games. We always usually have to buy a suitcase when we go too.
Yep.
Not this time. Maybe.
Why?
I don't know.
We're both bringing an empty suitcase. I'm not.
We're both. Yeah, because I'm picking up coffee too.
That's going to be the whole...
Yeah.
Your whole suitcase is going to be coffee.
Thank God. If anybody doesn't know about Kentucky coffee, you're sleeping on it.
Okay, you need to clarify.
The Kentucky Coffee Company.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I'll put the link to their shop in the description, and if you are anywhere near Kentucky or you can order from them, you should.
At this rate, realistically, we should probably reach out. Because
honestly, because
you've bought thousands of dollars of their coffee.
Yep. Anytime that we're near the Table Nuts people or we go to Kentucky or whatever, I will order a minimum $250 worth of coffee. No regret.
Last time I was in Kentucky, I went into a shop that was selling this coffee. And literally walked in and I was like, do you have more of this? And they were like, yes. And I was like, I'll take almost all of it. And they're like, they laughed and I was like, no, I'm serious. I will take as much of this coffee that you have.
It's so good.
And I ended up, they were laughing hysterically at how much coffee I bought. And
crazy Canadians.
We have people that can
we have people
that can prove this legitimacy of this story. It's ridiculous.
And Doolin and Emily are holding some coffee hostage.
They do have
our birthday.
They also have our the blueberry crumble. The blueberry crumble coffee is the best coffee on the planet.
Best coffee on the planet.
Bananas Foster one was good.
Yeah, that one's good.
There's one other I'm blanking on. That's my second favorite.
There's a s'mores one that's really good.
The s'mores one's really good.
Yeah, it's all good.
Anyways, GenCon.
We're here to talk about GenCon, and we do have a special announcement that we are going to talk about in this video as well, and perhaps we'll pop her in the middle.
Sure.
Or should we do it now?
Let's just do it now.
We're going to just do it now. So here's our announcement, friends. Jeff and I are going to be running our first ever Foster the Meeple Kickstarter campaign. But wait,
we're doing it.
There's more. We're doing it. Now, we want to say a few things about the reason, I guess, why we're running a Kickstarter and kind of what it's going to entail as an overview.
Can I lean back?
I wish you would. We'll put on the song by Fat Joe. Do the rock away. Lean back. Anyways, so we are running a Kickstarter because we are planning on building a new studio. If you watched our studio tour, you may have noticed it's janky by a lot, and it's just not enough space. And we are working in here all the time, filming and doing all of these things, and we just don't have the proper space that we need. We don't have some of the proper equipment that we need. If you saw our lights that are torn up and all of that stuff. So that is kind of the purpose of the Kickstarter.
Yeah, and a few caveats. Mm-hmm. There's going to be people that aren't okay with that. And that's fine.
That's okay.
So most of the studio funding, we will be funding ourselves.
Yes.
So I want to clarify that straight off the hop.
Yeah.
This is more so just to help offset some of the costs associated with that. And a lot of people are probably out there being like, you don't need that. And that's also totally valid. Mm-hmm. This is an opportunity for us to also allow people that have wanted to support us, but maybe don't have the monthly capabilities to, or just don't want to do that. We did have a lengthy conversation with our Patreon members about this idea. This conversation has been happening for almost a year at this point, and then it just got to the point where we're like, let's just do it. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're doing, and again, there's no expectations. We're not going anywhere if this doesn't fund.
No.
We're setting a pretty small goal associated with this, in our opinion. And yeah, like this isn't a holding the channel hostage video. This is just if you would like to support us, we're going to run this campaign. And if you don't want to, that is also totally valid, and we love you just as much. Take it for what it is.
Yes, and so just like a little bit about the studio, we've already met with somebody who we're in the process of designing it, and then we're going to be meeting with contractors and all of that stuff soon. It is going to be literally right outside of the studio. We're building a separate building because it's also nice to feel like we can leave our home. Go to work or whatever. So we're already in the process of it, and during the Kickstarter we will have like a video walkthrough and stuff that you can watch and all of these things, and we'll be offering a bunch of different tiers for you and some ways that you can kind of get involved with Foster the Meeple a little bit more.
And again, zero obligation.
Zero obligation. No, but if you like to support, we would love for you to do that. And if not, we will love you just the same. And we are planning on launching that nearing the end of August. So we'll keep doing updates, and if you're not already in the Discord, we'd highly recommend that you join the Discord. We'll most likely open up a Kickstarter channel in the Discord so we can put all of the updates and any new things in there so you can follow along. But we're excited, and it's going to be like I don't know, I'm just so excited to have a studio. Like I can't wait. Jeff's not going to have to yell about the table anymore, and it's going to be awesome. You might still yell about something.
I do like to complain.
Jeff loves to complain about the table. Okay, let's dive into GenCon. So like I mentioned, we are both going to GenCon, and we have looked at the BGG preview list, and we have selected some games that we are excited for. It's very, Jeff's probably looking at all my tabs. It's fine. There are so many games.
You're not doing all those.
I won't do all of them.
We have an agreement. We do 10.
Yeah, I think I have 20.
Couple of caveats also on this. We're not including any games that we've done content on, that we might have upcoming, or we do have upcoming content on, or anything that's already been established as a connection to the channel. All of these games...
Or if we've already played it or whatever.
Yeah, all of these games we've not played, and we have no intention of covering them on the channel at this point, at this period of...
Correct.
Filming.
We would
that
love
might change, but right now none of these games will be featured on the channel outside of us buying it and showing you that we bought it.
Yes. So I do have honorable mentions because they are just expansions that I wanted to throw out there.
I have 2, and I'll explain why.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Okay. The first one is actually from Roxley Games, and it's a honorable mention because I work for Dice Throne, and even though they're separate companies, a lot of people associate those two companies together, so I wanted to flag that to you so that you're aware of the fact that that's the reality. That game is actually an expansion, and it's expansion to one of our favorite games, and that is Radlands Cult of Chrome. Again, if you've been following the channel for a while, you would know that Radlands has been one of our favorite games, even preceding my employment with Dice Throne. Yep. So I'm pretty confident that the expansion is going to be really good. I've actually had the opportunity to see a little bit of it, and it's just more Radlands. It's going to be super cool. Really, really great lane battler that Jamie and I love playing.
Radlands is a great summertime game, in case anybody was curious. My first honorable mention is an expansion for a game that we are borderline obsessed with. It's Tinderblocks Storm Edition. Actually, I don't know if this is an expansion or if it's just a new edition, but it looks like it has some different color cubies in it. Are those clear cubes?
Those are clear cubes. It is an expansion.
Raindrops.
It is an expansion.
Okay.
Must be.
Storm Edition. It comes with like raindrops and stuff. Oh my god. I'm so excited. If you haven't played Tinderblocks, you are missing out, my friends. It's just like a little dexterity game.
I actually agree. And
it's so good.
I'm not a super huge dexterity game guy, but that game's phenomenal.
So good. That was my first one.
All right, my second one has, I think, been getting a lot of buzz lately. I haven't picked it up or played it or anything, so GenCon might be my first chance to maybe like get a chance to check it out. That's Slay the Spire, a video game I've very much been enjoying.
You're playing it?
I have. I haven't played it recently because I've been playing some other games, but I did play a ton of Slay the Spire like when it first came out. Slay the Spire is like a roguelike deck builder that you're kind of going through all these different challenges. Different rooms allow you to add deck, add cards to your deck. You're basically trying to make the best hand of cards that you can as you battle through this dungeon. I'm really interested to see how they did this in board game form. I've talked to some people, and everyone I've talked to about it seems pretty hype about it.
Yeah.
Some of those folks have played it, so I'm interested in checking it out. I don't know if that's one I'm going to buy, but I'm just curious more so than anything to see how they turn that video game into a board game, because those two things, that video game would, I think, play well as a board game.
My next honorable mention is, I don't know if it's an expansion or a new iteration of this game, but it's Tranquility the Ascent from Lucky Duck Games. Tranquility is just like a super fun, cooperative, like, I don't even know how would you explain it?
Like deduction.
It's kind of like deduction-y, but you're just trying to build out a line of numbers and all of this stuff. But we've really enjoyed it. It's like our favorite type of that, like,
it's so
game.
much better than The Crew.
It's better than The Crew, and it's
but
better
if you
than
love
Mind.
The Crew, like Nick and Mike, all the power to you.
Yeah, totally.
But Tranquility is better.
Tranquility is better. So my other two honorable mentions, the first one is Boop the Halls, the Christmas version of Boop. I got to see it at, where was I? Gamma. And it's like a 3D version of Boop. Very cute. And then the last one, honorable mention, is Cubito's Foul Play, which is an expansion.
Because I figured you would.
We love Cubitos. Like, I love Cubitos. It's going to be great. What's not to love? Yeah. Okay, that's it.
Mine are in no order. I'm going to save my number one for number one.
Sure.
But everything else is kind of just in whatever order. So my first one I actually just stumbled across this. I just checked the list again before we filmed quickly. And I just stumbled across this one, and I know nothing about it other than that it's trick-taking, and the art is super cool.
Cute.
It is called Park Life People. It is designed by Dylan Coyle and Studio Denka.
Donka?
It is a 1 to 5 player trick-taking game. And yeah, the artwork is just like, I don't know, Jamie, if you saw this, but...
Oh.
So apparently there's a Park Life hedgehog.
It's cute.
Which I haven't played.
Yeah.
This is Park Life People. So if you've played Park Life Hedgehog. Okay. This year as well. So they doing like a 2.
Is that a twofer?
Yeah. Anyway, Park Life People... It just looks really, really cute. I'm a sucker for trick-taking. You all know that. I'm always looking for new adaptations to trick-taking, and the small box card game trick-taking stuff is really up my alley.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'll just throw in Park Life Hedgehog, Park Life People. I'm excited to see what those are all about. This says Charming Games Collective, and the other one said Denka. So I don't know. One of those things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My first game, and I don't know anything pretty much about any of these games. I picked my games based on cover look cool.
Same.
And line sound cool.
Mine was like box art and like if I thought maybe the mechanism was cool or something.
Right.
Trick-taking pretty good.
So my first one is Tetsumi, and this is from Adam's Apple Games, who they make Planet Unknown, so you can't go wrong with that. It says, as a dragon, long and wise, purify and protect while soaring the seas and the skies. First of all, they got a rhyme right in the tagline.
They do have a good rhyme.
It's abstract strategy, mythology, puzzle. There's nothing about those things that I don't like. I love a puzzle game. It plays 1 to 4 players, so you'll be able to play it solo. There's no images of the game, but it looks... There is an image. It almost looks like Whack-A-Mole, but not really.
Cool, actually.
I'll put a picture on the screen. But it's an abstract strategy game about being a dragon.
Do you find yourself more so now than ever before being attracted to solo games? You really dove into that.
I did, yeah. I really enjoyed...
Especially with like the BGG.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked Jamie's solo mode on BGG YouTube channel, go check that out.
If you like solo
Shameless
games.
plug.
Shameless plug. But yeah, I would definitely say, because I love a good game.
I'm going to look up my next one while you're chatting.
I love a game that you can play multiple, but also play solo. Because then it's fun for everyone. Really. What's not to love about that?
Next one is probably 2 on my... Why am I ranking these when I said I was going to rank them? But it's up there. This one is from the publisher of Oathsworn.
Oh.
Yeah. And if you didn't know anything about me, I'm a sucker for Arthurian legend.
Very much so.
Like Tainted Grail, that sort of thing. So there's a new game coming. I don't think it's going to be available at GenCon. It does say 2025 on BGG. That is Avalon the Riven Veil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anything about this other than the fact that the cover is beautiful and its tagline is an Arthurian game in which legends explore the misty isles of Avalon. Arthur's body has been taken to Avalon, and unknown to the Fae, Mordred followed, for the shattered son of King Arthur is not dead. A 2 to 4 player Arthurian-based area control exploration game. You lead mighty factions through the misty veil to discover what awaits on the mystical Isle of Avalon.
That sounds like a Jeff game, if I ever heard of one.
That sounds like a Jeff game that he'll play in 2030. But you know what? I'm excited for it.
All right, my next one, I don't know if this is part of a series or not, but the cover immediately drew me in. It's called Fate Flipped Washed Ashore. This is marketed as like a solo story adventure where you work through different maps.
That's cool.
It's an adventure card game exploration. And
oh, that looks really cool.
It looks really cool, and it looks like it's a smallish box.
Do you know what that looks like?
What?
Like the cards and stuff? It reminds me of Seventh Continent.
Yeah. And it looks like it's all multi-purpose cards. The artwork is kind of watercolory, but you're basically working yourself through a story, and I assume the story is about somebody being like a castaway or whatever. So it looks really cool, and I am into it.
I'm not a solar gamer, and that looked really cool.
It says 1 to 99 players.
All right, next up for me is, I don't know, man. This is 1C. I have 1A that I don't know about yet.
Did you talk about 1B?
1B was the one I just mentioned.
Got it.
This is 1C.
Cool.
That is Fromage. This could be 1AB.
It's
actually.
So pretty.
Fromage is from Road to Infamy Games, but it looks incredible, and I just really like the theme. You are a French cheesemaker in the early 20th century, aging and selling your artisanal cheeses. Like, yes, please.
Yes, please.
I would love to go back to 20th century France and make some freaking artisanal cheese.
Yeah, and then eat it. That sounds
delicious. Love cheese.
Who doesn't?
And fromage, a little nod to the French in me. Oh.
Exactly. Mwah. It's actually on BGA, just so everybody knows, if you'd like to try it. We haven't played it. It's on BGA.
We should play it.
We should play it. All right, my next one is also from Alley Cat Games, and that is Happy Home, which is a polyomino tile placement game where you're decorating a home.
I mean,
come on. And it's 2 to 5, so you can't play it solo.
Best at 2, though.
Best at 2, and we're 2 people. It's giving junk drawer vibes.
It does look like junk drawer.
Which is a good thing. Oh, there's like a little meeple! Cool. And they're holding a cat!
Is that like Sandra?
It looks like Sandra. And they're holding a cat. I love polyomino. I love anything home decor. So.
I was just going to say, do you know what Jamie freaking loves? Is anything that you can put together a house.
Yes.
Like, in The Sims, just building the house part. Jamie never plays The Sims.
Animal Crossing, build that house.
Builds the house.
Yeah.
Finishes.
Well, I like to also make the characters.
Yeah, character creation.
And Jeff used to get like a hockey game or whatever, and I'd be like, "Can I make a character?"
Yeah, actually, that's funny. That's a funny segue. Anytime I had a video game, whether it be like Skyrim, and you like create like this crazy character, or like Baldur's Gate, she'd be like, "Can I just like create a character?" And I'm like, "I don't care
about."
And she's like getting me on, like
I try to make it look like me.
All right, next up for me is an expansion to a game that we just played for the first time at Level Up Con. That is Phantom Inc. Arcana. Phantom Inc. is
it's so good.
I'm not a big party social deduction gamer guy. I'm not. That is never something I'm going to be super excited to play. But I will tell you, Phantom Inc. was so freaking fun. It is just basic word deduction co-op game that for some reason is so freaking fun because both teams have equal information and you're really just trying to
figure
it out without giving the other team too much information, but it's not like, it doesn't make you feel dumb. And that's always my issue with those games. But Phantom Ink's incredible. And this is an expansion to that game. We don't even own the game. I don't care. We will at some point.
Yeah.
Phantom Ink Arcana. I'm super pumped.
And it's from Resonant Games. P.S.
Yep.
My next one is called Post Office. And it's very similar to the last game I talked about. Post office workers arrange packages on shelves to complete challenges. So this is giving me almost, oh my god, Jeff, look at this. It's friggin' chicken.
That is a post office chicken.
It's another like polyomino tile placement game. It's got little cute animals. It's a vibe. Look at this. It's a vibe. It's so cute.
Oh, kitty.
I know. I'm obsessed with this already. It's from Hobby World. I don't know what else they do, but I love a good tile placement. I love cute art. Oh my god. The hamster postman.
Oh, doggy.
Oh, it's so cute.
That chunky hamster standee is.
And it looks like it's just like a smallish box. So yeah, I'm here for it. Post office.
Next up for me is a game we've, I think, mentioned already on this channel.
I'm going, I have no idea what you're going to say.
Yeah, we have for sure. That's Harvest.
Oh, yes.
Harvest is coming from Keymaster Games. So good track record there. They produce awesome games. Harvest just has a really like it's got this toad farmer on the front, and every time I see it, it kind of reminds me of like Wind in the Willows.
Very much so.
But like kind of more colorful and like bright and stuff. Really, the cover is what drew me in, and I love a good farming theme. Like, I'm a sucker for a farming theme. Harvest, probably my 1C.
Yeah.
D. I don't know what I'm at anymore.
My next one is from Randolph, and it is called Very Bad Lands. And there's a few different variations of this, but your only goal is to survive just a little longer, and it's a dinosaur game. Okay? You play dinosaurs trying to survive various disasters that threaten you to go extinct. It looks like it's a simple-ish card game.
Look at them dinos, though.
There's no pictures, but there are very derpy dinos on the cover, and it just says survive the chaos.
Yep.
It looks cute. It's a card game, variable player powers. I don't need to know anything more, and it looks like a small box game. So, yeah. Sign me up. Okay.
Next up is an iteration on a currently existing game that we have not played called Corridor. But it's in that series. There's like Corridor,
Quattro,
Quale, etc. This is Corridor Pac-Man. It's got like little Pac-Man ghosts. It's got a little Pac-Man figure.
Yeah.
And you're just going around similar to Corridor, but you're playing Pac-Man. And listen, you want to hit on some young Jeff nostalgia. Ask me how many effing hours of Pac-Man I played as a damn kid.
So many.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
This is one I would really think I could bring this out to my non-gamer buddies and have a good time with it. Because they would associate with Pac-Man. It's a simple system, and it looks great. And it's got a tactile kind of board. This is a great one to bring out with buddies that don't play games.
This is a coffee morning coffee game, cottage game.
This is one that I would like, I'd want to leave up and play. And I'm pretty pumped for that one.
My next one is a cheat because I'm talking about 3-in-1, but it's just a shout out to 25th Century Games because they have a bunch of small box games coming out.
I got one of theirs coming up.
Oh, do you? Right okay, well, hopefully I'm not talking about it. Yeah. But the first one is Penguin Party, which looks so cute. It doesn't even have a description, and I don't care. This is a reiteration of an old game. I think it might have been a Japanese game. Pingu Party, maybe. Oh, it's a Reiner Knizia game.
Nice.
Oh my god. This is like a card penguin game. Don't know anything about it, don't care. Penguin Party, excited. The next one of the three is called Sausage Sizzle.
I almost added that just based off name alone.
Yeah. And they got Ian O'Toole to do the art. Yeah. And it's just like, it looks so fun. And once again, this looks like just it's a dice rolling
25C putting out some banger.
They are. Big time.
Bringing some banger games to this side of the lake, you know.
They really are. So Sausage Sizzle looks cool. And the last one is called Vampire Queen. Manage your vampire clans in this cutthroat ladder climbing game. And ladder climbing games are fun.
Since Jamie's brought up 25th Century, I wasn't going to talk about it right now, but now I'm going to.
Yeah, because it's 1E.
It is a game we've played. We played our friend Charlie's copy. Is it a German copy or something? It doesn't matter. Is Circus Flocati. Circus Flocati is a set collection game that we had a chance to play at BGG-Con with our friend Charlie, who had like the OG version from like the 90s.
Yeah.
It is just a silly flea circus themed set collection game that has a push your luck element to it. It's super simple. It's super silly. It's a little box card game, and you know we love little box card games.
Yes.
I'm of all the games that I was excited to see, this one doesn't excite. I've played it.
Yeah.
But this one I'm so excited for other people to grab and play it, because I feel like it's like when Sea Salt and Paper kind of first hit and everyone was talking about Sea Salt and Paper. I feel like Circus Flocati, like people are going to play it and be like, this is amazing. You're going to see it all over the con.
And I'm excited to have my own copy.
Yep.
Like, I need to own it. My next one is a twofer. Again, because they're kind of in the same world a little bit, and they're both from Arcane Wonders. The first one is Comic Hunters, and the second one is Video Game Champion. So basically, this one, like the Video Game Champion, the tagline is transport yourself to the early 90s to be the 16-bit video game champion. So the theme is theming.
I didn't know that.
Jeff, you are going to...
I saw the title. I didn't think it was a 16-bit thing.
It's like all about video game life. Video Game Champion. These are all just pictures of the box.
They are all the same.
Anyways, I've heard some insider stuff about this.
Spicy.
But it's supposed to be very good. So I am excited for that. And then Comic Hunters on the flip side. I believe this was initially a game from...
It's like it was only in like South America.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was only in South America, and they're finally bringing it into North America. Thank you. And this is a card game, and it's all about comic book stuff. And it just like the artwork. It's very Marvel-esque. Like if you see it has Hulk. I mean, it's Marvel on it.
Yep.
It's very Marvel-esque because it's Marvel, and which means that I'm gonna love it because I love Marvel and all things. Like
comic
that.
Booky.
All things comic booky. Yeah. So I'm into it.
All right, next up for me is from Devious Weasel Games. They produce some of the weirdest, awesomest stuff in this space, in my opinion. They did Cosmic Frog. Mirroring of Mary King. Yeah. And the next up on that list is Murray the Asshole Frog. And that's the actual name of the board game. That's the name. So don't come at me in the comments.
We're not bleeping it.
It is a set collection card game where you are basically trying to collect insects, but you're also trying to eat other people's insects. And it's got like variable end game triggers. So
it's a mean game.
If you've not played Cosmic Frog or Mirroring of Mary King, there's always a lot of asymmetry weirdness that are in those games. A lot of variable player powers, and just genuine meanness in those games, and I very much appreciate how they push the boundary of weirdness and theme, but also make really good mechanical games, and I'm really, really excited. Anytime, Devious Weasel Games, that's one of the publishers, anytime they put a game out, they don't put out a lot, but anytime they do, I'm like, yep, I'm all in. Because they care so much about what they put out, and they stick to their guns. And it's real weird and real awesome.
Yeah. My next one is called Mischief. And I was drawn to this one because the cover is so colorful and pretty. And then I read the tagline, which says, schemers use pranks to make enemies look bad at a royal fairy wedding. So, I think it's drafting. It's closed drafting, hand management, open drafting, fantasy. Listen, I feel like I'm realizing something about myself. I am obviously by the book because of the cover type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I am always drawn in by look and theme, but I always stick around for mechanics. Yeah. Does that make sense to you?
That's totally valid. That's marketing 101.
Right.
Like, what do your eyes look at on the shelf?
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
And so, I don't really know what this is, but I don't care because I saw Fairy Wedding. Players take on the roles of fairy nobility who stand to lose the most from this arrangement. Like, it sounds silly and fun. I'm here for it. It's from Dream Cult Game Studio, which I've never heard of them. I don't know if they've done any other games, but the cover looks awesome, so I'm ready.
My next one, I think, has been, it's not out, but it's been around for a while, and that is Pagan Fate of Roanoke. Guess what player count we like to play at?
Oh, can I guess?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, guess what player count this game is?
Oh, can I guess?
Yep.
It's 2.
It's a 2-player game.
Nice.
And guess what?
What?
Isn't it asymmetrical deduction game? No, have you looked this up at all?
I saw it at Canada Plays, but I didn't.
Let me read this to you.
I'm ready. Let's sing.
Just watch Jamie's face as I read this. I'm surprised you didn't pick this one. It's set in colonial America of 1587.
Witches.
Okay. The essence of this asymmetrical game is a witch's struggle against a witch hunter. As the witch strives to complete a ritual of renaturation, the hunter tries to discover her true identity among 9 villagers. Each turn, the 2 players use their action pawns on active villagers to draw cards, play cards, and gain influence. Each player has their own variable deck of 50 cards. With these cards, the witch can brew powerful potions, improve their familiar, and cast enchantments and charms, while the witch hunter enlists allies, claims strategic locations, and ruthlessly investigates the villagers.
So one person plays as the witch and the other plays as the hunter?
1v1 asymmetrical deduction game with a witch/witch hunter theme.
Love witches.
There's a lot
there
going on there for us.
Yes.
It's hitting Jamie's theme piece. I really love a 1v1 game like Jekyll versus Hyde.
I feel like you would like the theme
Tug
too.
of War. Oh yeah, for sure. But not as much as you. They're cool, but I feel like you're more into the witch theme.
The witches and the vampires.
But an asymmetrical 2-player deduction game, and it plays at 2. That's the player count is 2. It's not can go up to 4. It plays at 2.
I'm into it.
I'm
Here
so into it.
I did not know anything about this game. I saw it set up at Canada Plays, and the artwork is really dark and creepy, and it looks really cool, so I'm also excited. Next on my list is a no-brainer, and that is Knitting Circle, which is the next installment of Calico. Oh, it's like a kitten sitting in a basket of yarn. 1 to 4 players. Knit garments and collect buttons with your feline friend.
That thing's going to be gone like hotcakes.
Yeah. It's another abstract puzzle game. I love Calico so much.
Me too. Calico's incredible.
So good. It is in my opinion, it is the best of the games.
I agree.
Put out.
We've constantly been going back and forth on that.
Yeah.
Which of those we like the most.
It's such a great solo
And Calico
game too.
Always just kind of sifts to the top.
Yeah, it melts your brain. It's so good. Very excited. Knitting Circle.
The next one up for me, I know absolutely nothing about other than the box art and the theme.
Mm-hmm.
It is called Fortify.
Yeah.
Building a fort with boxes in a backyard water balloon fight.
That sounds fun.
Look at the cover of that game.
Just look at it.
It's a cartoony kid throwing a water balloon at a literal cardboard box fort.
Fun.
That's so cool. Sorry.
Jeff's like, this game is awesome.
You're just running around the map throwing water balloons at other people's forts.
That sounds super fun. How many players does it play?
It doesn't say.
Oh.
It doesn't say.
2 players.
2 players.
Oh, 2 players. That's what we are.
7 plus, good for kids. 15-minute playtime.
Oh my god.
It's probably a kid's game, but I don't care.
We'll like it. We like kids' games. It's fine. Okay, my next one is from Game Right, and it's called A Midsummer Night's Fair, Fayre, and this is a bunch of mini games. And it's all set around mischievous fairies. I've seen Game Right post a lot about this recently, and it's so bright, it's so colorful, and it's just dice games. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing I don't like about that. And honestly, I know Game Right makes a lot of kids games, but I love Loose Caboose, and I love Sushi Go, and I love their games, and I just think
Caboose, great little game.
It just looks so pretty, and I'm very excited. Loose Caboose. That was one of our anticipated games last GenCon, and we got it, and it was awesome.
My last one is probably going to come as no surprise to anyone that knows anything about me and my game tastes, and that is Undaunted, 2200, Callisto. This is the next iteration in the beloved Undaunted series. We've become a Undaunted loving household. I always loved it. Jamie has now recently started playing more of it. We got to play Battle of Britain when we went to Circle DC, to that wargaming convention. I'm currently playing through Normandy with my friend Doolin over at Table Knots. Go check him out if you haven't. I love Undaunted. I love the system, and they're adding a space theme to it. I never had an issue with the war theme. I love this game genuinely because the system is so good.
And the history is interesting.
David is an incredible designer. We've had the absolute privilege of meeting him in person and seeing behind his curtain a little bit, and there's a genius that exists in this game, and I'm so excited to see a different theme added to it, because the Undaunted series has traditionally been a war theme, with Normandy, North Africa, Battle of Britain.
Stalingrad.
Stalingrad, the campaign version. So this is the first time they've stepped out of that realm, and I'm really excited because I hope it brings new people into the system to see how good it is. Because I do know and appreciate the fact that a lot of people don't love the war theme, and that's totally valid.
Yep.
But I'm really hoping this will bring people into the system that David and Trevor have built, because it's flawless. It is a flawless mechanical system, in my opinion.
Agreed.
And I'm so excited to see it.
My next one is a game that I keep mispronouncing, because apparently I can't read. I keep calling it Liars.
Yeah, it's Layers.
It's Layers. Lairs. And this is a new game coming from Kids Table Board Gaming, which we freaking love their games. Actually, we have Backgraders is right there behind Boom Patrol. And this is almost like a new take on Battleship. It's a 2-player only system where you have a screen and you have a pattern set up. We haven't had a chance to play it or look at it yet, but we saw it at GenCon last year, or PAX. We saw it somewhere, and I was like, I love the artwork. I love that it's 2-player. It's deduction. It's a little bit of a puzzle. And it only takes 35 minutes to play. Bada bing.
I'm done.
You're done? Okay, I have 2 more, and this one I guess technically should have been an honorable mention. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure we are getting a review copy of it, but that is called Turnip. This is from Rose Gauntlet Games, Rose Gauntlet Entertainment, and it just looks adorable. Scrumptious turnips, fibbing farmers, and turtle taxes bluff your way to victory, so this is a bluffing style game, which I just think it's really cute and could be fun, and it has a turnip on the cover, and I love turnips. And then my last one is from Skybound Tabletop, and that is Creepshow, the suspense building game. Everybody knows I love me some creep. I love a horror. I love dark and spooky.
Tell me what you think that cover looks like. Because this was the first thing I thought of not when I saw it now. When I saw it earlier today, I immediately went somewhere to a nostalgia piece when I was a kid.
Yeah, it looks like that show.
Can she get it?
It's
not a show. Well, it was a show. Also a book.
Yeah, like Goosebumps.
Yeah, it looks exactly like a Goosebumps book.
Yeah, of course. Of course it does.
What do you mean, of course? You didn't say that.
Well, they can see. I have it on the screen. Players take on the roles of creeps and send villains to their well-deserved dooms. And this game is, let's see what it says, card game, comic book, horror, humor, competitive story-building game. Players play as creeps and build deliciously horrible stories to send bad people to their well-deserved demises. I'm into it. I love everything about it.
I'm pumped for this Gen Con.
Me too, honestly.
I know that there's this whole narrative about board game bloat and all of these things, and I think some of it is valid. But listen, man,
people are designing good games.
There keeps being awesome games put out, and
Let's grow the hobby.
I'm excited for this Gen Con. I might be more excited for this Gen Con than any of the other ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some
really good games.
Really
and
awesome
I had to
games.
cut so many off of my list.
Yeah.
So I will put in the description below the link to the GenCon preview so you can yourself go and look through everything if you haven't already. But those are the games that we're
There's
pumped
probably
up
gonna be
for.
stuff added too before we get there.
Yeah. Like the first time that we looked at this and made a list, it totally changed.
I mean, most stuff's probably added now because we're like less than a month away, but there's always stuff being added to that list.
Yeah, exactly. Like I mentioned, Jeff and I are both going to go, but like I also mentioned, we are both working. We will be working at booths, so you are always welcome to stop by and say hi, but just be mindful that we are working.
We can't give you our undivided attention. Don't take it personally. We both will be there employed to do other things. So.
Yes.
But outside of that, if you see us, we would be happy to say hi. Not sure how much time we'll have to sit and play games and stuff, but if you see us, please say hello.
Please.
At the very least, and we'll try our best to reciprocate and have a quick chat.
Yes, and you could find me at the Van Ryder Games booth, so just so you know, you're welcome to stop there. I will be doing a signing of my promo card on Sunday, so if you're interested, that is like dedicated time that people can... I'll be with Paula, and we'll both be signing, so if you want to chat with both me and Paula, you can come Sunday at 11 a.m. to the Van Ryder Games booth, so I'll be there.
Yeah. And I'll be hovering around the Dice Throne booth. I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll be there.
We'll be there.
I might be at the ranked play spot too, so... Just keep your eyes peeled. I'll be around.
Yeah. And then we'll be going to some future conventions where we'll have more time to play. So we'll let you know about those soon, I'm sure.
Yep.
But I think that's everything that we have for this video. So we'll keep you updated on the Kickstarter stuff. If you're interested, join the Discord, follow along. But that's everything we have for today. Now, if you're interested in buying board games, like any of the many that we mentioned today, we'll go to GenCon. But after they've been fully released, you should first check your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is...
The Boardroom Game Cafe.
Yes, it is. And if you like what you see...
Please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye!
There it is.
Jeff's been playing a lot of Dave the Diver recently, in case anybody was curious about what he's playing.
I have been playing a ton of Dave the Diver.
I love a toy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm into it.
Is it in beta? Alpha?
Oh, it might be. It might be in beta. I don't know.
Well, I have access to alpha and beta.
Me too.
Because
we've been playing games.
Gigamic?
Yeah.
It's from Gigamic. Right? Gigamic? Gigamic? Am I saying that wrong?
Gigamic.
It's M-I-C.
Okay.
Gigamic. Gigamic.
Probably not that. Gigamic. Just do Gigamic.
All right, next up is from Gigamic.
And I love vampires.
But you didn't like Crisps.
Is that a ladder climbing game?
Game sucks.
Crisps.
That... Whoa.
And we're both wearing Good Mythical Morning shirts.
Yeah. Jamie likes to... I was like, I'm going to wear my Good Mythical Morning sweater. And Jamie's like, okay,
I like when we match. I think it's cute. We have a lot of matching clothing.